everyone, it's me, Bea, and welcome to my mom's YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to my mom's YouTube channel because she's the best, and my name is Bea. And her YouTube channel name is MSJD. And
Miss JD.
yeah, short MSJD for short. Longer name is Miss JD. Okay, now you can, and she's gonna review the stock market. How many people are watching?
So we now have one person who's currently viewing. Good evening.
Good evening, one person.
His name is Dabalos.
Welcome, Davalos.
Very good. Now we have three. Hello. Please say hi to.
We are now in the second.
It's now growing.
Yes.
Yeah,
What's up,
hello.
everyone? What's up, everyone?
Wiki.
Hi, Wiki and
Dabalos.
why we are in the Davalos.
Yeah. So earlier we posted an invite for everyone to drop a comment on their favorite stock.
Yes,
Yep.
She said.
And you already
gonna
have requests. Can you please read the stocks that they wanted us to review?
ALCO, MEG, PHEN,
ALLHC, hlcm. Just read the letters.
hlcm, GFC, smph, MBT, ISM, ITC.
No, it's IRC.
Wait, what? IRC,
That's right.
FLI, CHP, CPG, SSI, FGEN,
Very good.
PCOR, M,
PI.
PI, SE,
SecB. It's SecB.
secb, and C.
Okay. So while we wait for the others to join,
Hello.
just give us an overview where you went today.
Wait, what should I do?
What did you do? Where did you go?
I went to eat. I went to eat, and tomorrow, my mom said that tomorrow we're gonna feed the deers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And which castle did you go to today?
The Japanese castle, I guess.
It's called the Osaka
Castle.
Castle, and we played at the playground the whole afternoon.
Yeah. We spared some time for the playground.
That's right. Okay, so it's time for you to just watch.
Hi,
and
Donald and Franklin.
Okay.
Welcome to the stream.
All right. Good job. You're doing great. Are you gonna be a YouTuber or a Facebook influencer someday?
Both.
Very good. So just watch your mom do this, okay? So just be quiet in the background. All right. Let us start. So Bea said earlier that we're inviting everyone to like our YouTube channel, Miss JD. And thank you to the consistent visitors of our live.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
Just wait for me.
Now, what we're going to do, so let's get down
Hey.
to business.
Thank you for liking. Someone
Yep.
is liking.
Yeah, they're liking it.
Thank you.
Nice. So let's
Shout out for everyone.
Yep. So let's start with nickel.
Okay.
Now, nickel has broken the MA20 line, so this is not a good sign. That would mean we might expect some downward moves in the coming days. So if you want to get in the stock, make sure that you observe the green lines. Those are your resistance over here, and then support over here. So some traders can still manage to trade a stock even if it's on a decline. Just take note of this range. What they normally do is range trading. But overall, what I can say here is that since our MA20 line has been triggered on the downside, then that would mean we might expect some more red candlesticks or red days next week, and just use this area as your support now. Okay, for ALCO, I've plotted a support around this area. Even though we have a green, I do not see any signs of reversal yet, but I've plotted a support because looking back, the next possible area where you have this, previously it acted as a resistance. Now on a downward movement, that will serve as a possible, okay, so I'm talking about possible support. Now we still have to observe though what happens with the price around this area. If that gets broken, then you have to look again further on which area could we possibly have a support. So this could be an area of support if in the event that line gets broken. So look down again here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that area was hit multiple times, and previously around that same area you have a resistance. So those are your two key areas to look or to watch out for, key prices to watch out for, because we cannot really confirm 100% how the market behaves in the coming days. So we are just projecting possible areas of support. Because looking at your RSI, we don't see any triggers or any signs of reversals yet. It might, hopefully, might create a support around that area. Next, for MEG. For MEG, MEG has triggered the lower Bollinger Band. We are now at the oversold area, which is, if you have not entered in this stock yet, that would mean, hopefully, in just a few days, we might experience consolidation, and hopefully it will reverse. Now you need to watch out how your RSI behaves once your consolidation happens. But what we want to expect is, let's say it creates a, let us say, okay, I plotted a support around this area. Actually, there is another one here. Let me just go back. Why did I plot it there? Okay, so I use the weekly chart. So this way it can give me a much clearer picture of the trend of this stock. So around this area, it could be a little higher or a little lower. Several times or several weeks, that area has been, it has stopped around the same area. Okay, price hits that level, price hits that level. So potentially we might experience some more downward movement for this stock, and this could be your possible support. Now we're talking about the weekly chart. So every candlestick here means 1 week. Okay, so if you're interested in this stock, wait for possible signs of reversal, given that this will potentially go down further. Or if you've bought this somewhere, at a high price and you're looking into averaging down, then yeah, you just wait for some more weeks before you can average down. Anyway, I think MEG is a good company, and there are a lot of build projects happening at the moment, and this could be involved in some of those projects. We do not know. I cannot 100% tell what their projects are, so I recommend you take note, or you do your assignment by reading news related to this particular company. Look at their projects, because the scope of this analysis is purely based on technicals. using our Bollinger Band and our RSI as our main indicators. All right.
What?
It's a bit noisy. Sorry. Let's talk about Ali. How's everyone doing so far? Hi, Tom Flores. Hi, good evening, Miss JD. Hello, Bea. Juanita said hello to you. Hi, ma'am. I'm present again, watching your reviews while at work. Very
Welcome
not
everyone.
not very good, but I appreciate that you're reviewing it. Not very good because you're at work and you are doing some other things, Mark. Your manager might catch you and not a good one. Okay, but I really appreciate that you're taking the time in reviewing our insights here.
I actually appreciate it too.
Yeah, because they watch mommy.
Yeah.
Hello, Miss JD. What is your YouTube channel? Rose wants to know. Okay, so
my mom's YouTube channel is ms.jd.
Or you say Miss JD.
Yeah, Miss JD.
Very good.
It's just it's a shortcut for Miss JD.
Very good. Okay, so John, I've added MDT. Let's add video for Nair. I bet your name is Ryan. Okay, so it's a Friday, and yep, I'm on a vacation leave, so I think I'm okay to extend for more than an hour tonight. Good evening, Cram.
Welcome to the stream.
Very good. Enrico, we have MPI. Yes, SLI. Do we have it? Yeah, I'll add it. SLI, APX. Okay. mrsgi. Let's see. kppi. Okay, let's talk about kppi and PPG. You know what? I'll use that after Ali. I'll have that. PHEN. Okay. For Apollo, Marco. She's a cutie, JD. That means you. They said you're so cute.
Thank you. Thank you, Marco, for saying that. I actually really appreciate it.
Awesome. Fan for Apollo. Okay. And okay. So let's continue. Let's talk about Ali first. Ali. All right. Let me just toggle to my eToro because while I'm doing this, I'm actually trading as well. Okay.
I'm gonna watch.
All right, I'm back. I am actually in Bitcoin, Overstock.com, and Walt Disney right now. Anyway, so let's go back to Ali. Ali, I have plotted a support at the 47.40 area, looking at the weekly chart. And my basis for that is this area was hit multiple times. Okay, so notice it's not exactly, there's an overshoot down on the downside, but it reversed back up again. But it's simply almost on the same area. This was the resistance previously. It went down. It was also a resistance at one point here, and it stabilized. So support was formed around this area. So now what will happen here, we might experience another support around this area, and hopefully that line does not get broken. Otherwise, if it does, then you will have a downward movement. But if it bounces, so that's a key area that we will watch out for on a weekly chart. because that is where we will potentially have a bounce before it goes up again. Now, okay, so that's my take for Ali. But overall, Ali is a very good company, Ayala Land, that is best for a long-term or long-term investment. Look at that. So it might stabilize around that area before it goes up. Next, for PHEN. Oh, I promised KPPI and PPG. KPPI. So KPPI gave us a chance to have a bullish or a bull run for 3 days, and this is the true nature of an IPO. Sometimes the bearish movement happens the next day. So for this stock, we're lucky that it gave us a chance around that area. But for this one, it's still very hard to tell whether it will go lower than its initial price. So what we can do now is, if you want, this is the type of stock that you can play at a short time frame, because this is where most traders are engaged in. Okay, this is the kind of stock they love to play. So normally it's 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Now what can you do? So the next question is, what if I bought it at a higher price? What can I do? Okay, so here's what you can do. For example, let's try to have a shorter time frame, all right? And at least we can have a sample case here. So for example, you bought this stock around this area at a very high level. Okay. Is there a way, so the question is there a way I can average down without having to add some more money? And this is something I learned online as well from a YouTuber who is a Filipino. he suggested that, okay, so when this stock goes down, and let us say you've reached the bottom, right? For example, this is the support that it will create. Just for explanation purposes. So let us say you bought it here, it went down, and then it stabilized around this area. For example, just a case study, it stabilized around this area. Some people who will have the funds, then they can add some more so that their cost average will be lowered down. But for those who do not have extra funds, what you can do is wait for it to reverse. Sometimes a reversal will not go all the way up to where you bought the price. So for example, it reached MA20. Okay, so let's color that differently. So let us say it bounced. Good job, it bounced. Now it only stopped at this level. What you can do here is, let us say you had 1,000 shares here and it bounced. You can sell, let's say, 300 shares at that amount. In other words, you will really cut some losses there. Sell part of it, probably try to reflect how much of a loss are you willing to take at that point. Okay, and you sell it when, for example, a resistance is hit and it's bound to go down again. Then that's when you sell it. But if this price got hit and then you know that the trend is still moving in an upward direction, don't sell it yet. So you have to observe the triggers first. So if the trigger says, okay, I've reached a resistance around MA20 and it's now bound to go down, then I will sell. But if a resistance is it and it's triggering the upper, or it's triggering the MA20 line on the upside, then don't sell yet, because most likely you'll have a more bullish movement in the coming days. So just for the purpose of this example, let us say it hit this level. So you sell part of it, and when it goes down again, using the same money, of course you sold it, then now you have a funds, or you have a buying power again. And when it goes down, and then you see another support where it triggers a possible reversal, you buy that again on this same stock. With that, you did not do a cash out, right? But you managed to lower your average for this price. So until such time, if you do that multiple times, then you will reach a very, very low cost average, and then it's easier to get out of the trade with a profit or break even. So that's how I would normally do it as well. Same with PPG, because PPG had the same fate today. We do not know with PPG. Let us see. Okay, so this is an example of a bearish divergence in RSI. Price was moving up, but your RSI has already declined. It shows an opposite direction. And also do the same. Let us say it lands at the MA20 line, just for example. It made a support around that area. If you have the extra money, extra funds, then you can average down. But if using the same capital, you'd like to average down, wait for it to retrace and reverse a bit, and sell some of it at an area where you know you can maximize your gain, and then the buying power, you can use it again to buy at a lower price. I hope I'm making sense. The next one is PHEN. For PHEN, guys, I just need to seek your suggestion. Would you prefer to have a black background or a white background for our live stream?
Black or white? Which one do you choose? Black or white? And which one is the best?
Right. So let's have them choose. So maybe we can adjust in case they want black background. All right. For PHEN, what we see here is that, so it triggered the upper Bollinger Band, this one over here, the blue line.
Okay.
But we were unsuccessful around this area because it went back again.
Wait, so is it a good news or bad news?
Half. It depends where they entered. If they entered around this area, then that's a good news because they can already take profit. They have already gained some money. Now, what we need is to identify which area will it potentially bounce, and I will use a Fibonacci retracement. So let us say, let's use this line, lowest point. Oh, what the heck?
So half a charge.
This is the lowest line in the short term. Okay, so I plot the first point over there, and then plot the second point. So notice I just plotted it within the body.
Wait, how can you do that? How can you do that this screen?
No, it's part of the Fibonacci retracement.
Oh, okay.
So I plotted at the lowest, see that? So the line has to be within the body and then also within the body for that. So where can we potentially bounce, or which areas are we going to watch out? So
For the green, I guess.
yeah, just look at this.
Okay.
These blue lines are the areas where the price will potentially bounce. So when it goes down, if that line gets broken, the next area to watch out for will be the 2.67 area.
But I have a question.
Mhm.
What happens if the red the red candle goes to that blue line?
Yeah, we have to watch out for those lines because before we can enter and decide to buy that stock, we have to see a green candlestick forming around that line first. So we can say that, hey, we have a confirmed bounce. But if a candlestick is something like this, see,
I may want to
it
say
crosses below that line, that means it can potentially go down. So that's the thing we want to watch out for. If that line gets triggered, then the next line you would need to watch out for would be 0.382 area.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What is the green and blue candlesticks are for?
Green
Yeah.
and red.
Yeah. But what is it for?
Okay, that's a very good question. So a green candlestick is formed when we have this. So when the market opens, right? So do you see this? Are you looking at it carefully?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's use this as an example. When the market opens, where is the price at?
It's at here.
Yeah, I know. What price is that?
230.
2.30.
I mean 2.30.
Okay, and then within the day, there are a lot of buyers and sellers. Okay, so the price can either go up, down, and then when the market closed, it closed around this area. And where did it close?
It at 2.42.
So that makes it green because it starts low and ended high. Okay, and a candle can be red when it starts at a high price, and then when the market closed for the day, it ended at a much lower price. See that? So that's how it makes red.
Okay.
Okay. So, so as you going back, guys. So this is Stock Market 101 with Bea. Very good. You're showing your interest to this.
Thank you.
So can you trade when you're 12 years old?
Maybe someday.
Yeah, when you're 18, not 12. You're too young for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
For PHEN, we have to watch out for this area. Okay. So actually, it rested around that area. So hopefully that line doesn't get broken. Otherwise, the next price to watch out for would be 2.70, 2.62. But I'm positive we still cannot tell what the market dictates. But these are the key areas to watch out for. So if the price starts around 2.80 and most action happens on the upside, then you will have a potential bounce. The uptrend is not over yet. Okay. The next one would be, it's time to greet everyone first. Marco, awesome. Jerry, Seb. Okay, let's just put it down. PHA, let me see. Okay, let me just put it down as well. And that's for Ricky. APC. Hector, it's APC or PC? Let me just put down APC. Black. Okay, Wiki said black background. And I was trying to figure out because I used to know how to do that, but I forgot. What do I click to make it black? So that was what I was trying to figure out earlier. Haven't seen the black yet. Yep. DMC for Jasper. Oh, Marcus said you'll be a good trader. Yeah, I think your BFF is Marco in this live stream. She'll be a good trader, he said.
Thank you, Marco. I love that I'll be a good trader, and maybe someday I will.
Yeah, so you shouldn't stop studying. You have to study. Study with me every night. Hi po, how can I know if nasa TP target na po ako? Very good question from John over here.
Very good question.
How to compute po? Okay, so normally, if we are to use our indicator, okay, let me just remove my drawing tool here. Always take note that a resistance can act as a take profit area, and you enter at the support so that you can take profit at the resistance area. So for example, this is a support because the price landed at this level multiple times. Okay. Okay, the price, this used to be a resistance, it triggered, okay, created that support, and then your resistance is the highest point the price can reach. And the reason why it is the highest point is because the market, or the buyers and the sellers in the market feel that that price is already expensive at that time. So what happens is some people are already taking profit, they would sell. And using RSI, when you see this, when let's say your settings, because I've set it at 70, in RSI, when your price goes beyond that line, that is already an overbought, meaning the price is starting to become really expensive, that not a lot of people are showing interest on it anymore. So for example, this is just two simple indicators, the most basic but the most effective actually. Support and resistance. Buy at the support, sell at the resistance. And your MA20 line can also act as a support and as a resistance. Some people would buy here and sell here. And then that would already give them, a reasonable profit around, there you go, 11%. It depends on how constricted the Bollinger Band is. So I hope I was able to clarify that. And just, John, just watch our live session every day. I try my best to do it every day. And you'll see how the thought process is in this setup. Now I understand the green and the red. Thanks to your daughter for asking. Oh, Rose said you good job. Because of your questions, she now understands the green and the red.
Thank you.
See, good question. Right side beside auto, that circle. Okay, let me try it out. Oh, what do I choose? And what do I choose?
Maybe check on the chat.
That circle. Marco, what do I choose? I already clicked the circle. Scale, no. Countdown.
Maybe all.
Reset scale, no. Auto scale.
How about left?
Okay. Okay, we'll ask help from Marco.
Marco,
what's your thought? Okay, what's your thought about the kppi earlier? Okay, so my thought is that there were a lot of traders in kppi and PPG. In fact, there are a lot of traders in the Philippine market that when there's a bull run or there's a bullish move, when I say bullish move, it's going up. Okay? When there's a bullish move happening in one stock, all the other stocks in the Philippine Stock Exchange are going down. And so the reason for that is because there are a lot of traders. And you know the mindset of a trader is they don't stay too long in any stock.
Yeah.
So for them, I would assume they have already entered at this stock as early as day one. And then that today, and it's a Friday.
Thanks for liking.
Yep. And it's a Friday. It's a profit-taking day. And then being the nature of the majority of those people who entered are traders, then they already got out. They already took profit. Now, we still cannot tell whether this stock is going to go all the way down or will just bounce at a certain level. So we're still in the data gathering stage before we can even plot a valid support and a valid resistance. Let's wait probably around a week or two. So I also mentioned earlier like a strategy where you can average down without really losing a lot from your portfolio. So if it gives us a bullish move in the coming days, then probably if you reach your resistance, sell part of your shares, and then if it declines further, use that amount or use that buying power to buy some more shares so that your cost average becomes lower. John, okay po, thank you, God bless. Skills properties. Okay, let me try that. Skills properties. Background. So if I change this, night mode, I just background. Okay, I'll just try to fix that later. I don't want to see that lines. I don't want to see the grid. Let's see. Oh, sky skill, right? Okay, I'll just revert back for a while. I'll fix that some other time. Thank you, Marco. At least now I know. Okay. Okay, let's go back. We now have PHEN. The next on our list is ALLHC. ALLHC. Okay. Showing up, going up here. Then line is just straight, so we might possibly have a support around this area. So just observe what happens. Okay, hopefully we have a good bounce in the coming days, and use if the price is broken on the downside. That means we're not yet over with the downward movement, but excuse me, your RSI is already giving us some good signs of reversal. So just observe, okay? And then use your...
Wait, what? I have a question. What are those red, blue...
I plotted it. See that? I plotted the line, and I can change the color.
Wait, really? Wait,
Yeah.
Can I change the color?
No. Let's do that later when I'm not on live.
Okay.
But the red line is where the price is at the moment, see?
Okay.
So that's a support because it got hit, that area was hit multiple times.
Multiple times?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so many times here. Okay. Now,
wait,
if
who owns that trade?
no one, that's the company.
Oh, okay.
It's ALLHC. You read this.
ALLHC.
Yeah, Ayala Land Logistics Holdings Corporation.
So that's their trade.
That's the company.
That's the trade company who owns that trade.
Yeah, that's the price of the company.
Okay.
And then if you enter it around this area, use this as your next possible resistance. The reason for that is because this is your MA20 line, the moving average 20. That means that's the average price in the past 20 days.
Okay. Let me just check something.
Okay. For HLCM, we might, okay, so this is a hanging, I think a hanging man or a doji. But this is another example of a bearish candlestick.
I may want to say, what is a hanging man in doji?
Okay, that's a candlestick pattern. So I've posted previously some candlestick patterns. You can just go to, I think, the photos of our page. There are a lot of patterns that one of our followers also shared to us, and I asked permission if it's okay to share on that page, and he said yes. So take advantage of that. And this is an example of a bearish candlestick because it happens around the resistance area. Okay, so we might potentially face a retracement for this. Now, if the market gives us a chance around, near the MA20 line, that's the best entry. Okay, but sometimes it doesn't really reach the MA20 line level before it goes back up again. Okay, I'm actually seeing a possible retracement area around here. Okay.
Mommy, I have a question. I searched for Google, who is MSJD, and there are actually many people.
Yeah, it's just made up name.
Yet.
Yeah, I'm not very popular yet.
But when we hit 1,000 or 2,000, 3,000 subscribers, maybe you will be popular one day.
Yeah, someday.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so I now plotted our. Okay, let's use this because this is the lowest point. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's not. The mouse is not following our instructions from there.
Mouse.
Okay.
What are you doing?
So I've plotted our possible areas of bounce. So some of them, actually the 0.5 is around the MA20 line, but sometimes it will not reach that level. So these are the key areas to watch out for. 14.45, 14.26. Because those are the areas where it can potentially go, bounce, and move up again.
I want to tell something to the viewers. If my mom reached 1,000 likes, her mouse will actually listen to her, and there will be no struggle. Yes.
Yep. Yes. So please share our page and our channel.
Yeah. And make sure to like all of my mom's videos. I wonder how many videos my mom has.
Yeah, you can look for it offline. Okay, just let me know later. So now let's check out JFC. JFC has started to give us a bullish divergence. Bullish divergence because while the price was moving downwards, you already have an upward movement for your RSI. And look what happens here. So it went down, right? Went down, and then you have a bullish divergence here. It went up again, but one thing good about the current state is that you now have a higher low. Okay, so hopefully we will experience higher highs for this stock. So two triggers, higher low, okay, and your RSI showing bullish divergence. So guys, some of these terms might, sound jargony or sound overwhelming. So just take down notes. Whatever I mentioned here, the World Wide Web is, here for free. All you have to do is just search for these terms. Higher highs, higher lows. Those are your triggers or signs that this stock will eventually move in an upward direction. And when this resistance, okay, because in a downward trend, your resistance is your MA20 line. Now, if that gets broken, then hey, we have an upward trend. So this is your first possible resistance. SMPH. SMPH has also experienced a massive downward movement, but is now trying to create a support in this level. There you go. So that's an area. It could be a little higher or a little lower than that, but we are looking at really promising moves for SMPH. We might see some bullish movements in the coming days for this stock. MBT. Same story for MBT. Downward movement, but your RSI is already giving us some bullish moves. Okay, see that? So hopefully this MA20 line gets triggered and we'll have a breakout on the positive side. By the way, I'm looking at the weekly chart. So if you want to check out the daily, yeah, hopefully that line gets broken. But it's most of the people who are engaged in MBT are investors because this is Metro Bank, so it's best to show a weekly chart for them. And on the weekly, that means per candlestick is equivalent to 1 week. So this is the ending of this week's movement for MBT. Good move for MBT actually, from a 69.99 to 72 ending price for the week. ISM. Okay, I've been mentioning this the previous live sessions. I am looking at ISM, and I was looking at ISM, and I mentioned that the price could potentially hit the lower, this level, and we were correct. In fact, it bounced back right away. Okay, so it didn't even reach that exact price where I plotted it. Actually, this is the safest. There you go. Because you're still within the body. So what happened here is that, yep, it touched that 449 level and then it managed to bounce. So it started the day with this price, moved up and down. At one point it reached 449 level and it managed to go up. So I am thinking we are about to face reversal for ISM anytime soon. But for how big of a reverse, that is something we cannot control and we cannot tell. But right now, what I can see here is that this MA20 could be a possible resistance. All right. And if it breaks MA20, then we will potentially have some more bullish moves for ISM. Okay.
I have a big question.
Mm-hmm.
What is all of these for?
So I'm just
every day.
toggling from one. So I'm also looking at eToro because we have open trades in eToro and we're moving according to our analysis. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at.
Mommy, I have to tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do truth and doing your dares challenge tomorrow?
We'll see. So this is my profile in eToro, and this is so I've created this account back in 2018, but I only funded it back in June. And so far, all the months we've traded in this platform, that we are all positive. And yeah, you can sleep for some
No, I meant I am tired from all of this walking.
Yeah, so you can relax.
I'm gonna relax on the floor.
Mm-mm. Two skills properties. How about PPG, ma'am? Yep. Say I mentioned that as well earlier. We sell. We looks like we are going to have the same moves as with KPPI. What's the name again? KPPI. Yeah. Same fate with KPPI, but we don't know how deep is the retracement or the bearish movements. Hopefully it goes back up again. How about GFC? Yeah, first time I did trade this week and I wasn't using chart and I bought it at 232. Now it's 225. I should buy more at a lower price so I can balance my loss. Rose, first of all, for JFC, you did the right move in buying shares with JFC because a lot of us actually started with JFC because this is a company that really has a good fundamentals in the past years to this year. Even if you see a negative on their revenue, that is because of all the acquisitions they have. Now, if you have the funds from 232 now 225, we are actually seeing some good signs that it might reverse anytime soon. So yes, you are still in a in a cheap level for JFC. And don't treat it as a loss, not unless you treat it as a trading stock. But JFC as a whole is best for long-term investing. Marika said she's cutie patootie. Yeah,
What?
yeah.
What did you say?
Oh, she's cute, cutie patootie. ISM, yep, we also talked about it. I like to see mother and daughter trading tandem cute.
Thanks.
So maybe I can have you join some of my live sessions so that if you will understand what I'm saying, then most likely people will also understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So you now know when a candlestick is going to go green or when it's going to go black, red.
Maybe.
Okay, so we need more exercise. Hi, Kish.
Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, Kish is my colleague.
Hello.
Your daughter is cute. Would love to see my son joining me while doing my TAs as well. By the way, it's his birthday. Oh, what's the name of your son?
Happy birthday to your son.
Yeah, if you can drop the name, then we can greet your son as well. There you go.
I wish I could join to this birthday party.
But you're in a faraway place. You can't.
No, we're in Osaka, right?
Yeah, that's right. Now, let's talk about IRC. IRC. Okay. So, watch me. Don't watch your YouTube first. Watch what I'm doing.
Okay.
Okay, so notice in IRC, we are on a continuous decline. So when I say decline and when I say bearish move, they all mean the same. Okay. And then if I draw a line, because this is going down, right? I draw that. But look what happens in your RSI.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Can you draw in a different way for not this example where the circles are? I meant you can draw something like a flower over here.
Like this one.
Yes. That's what I was talking about.
Yep, you can. Okay, so look at this. When the price is going down and then your RSI is starting to show an upward movement,
Okay.
then you might face a possible reversal soon. That means our stocks or the price can go up anytime soon. Okay. Now, does it have to happen on Monday? Sometimes it doesn't happen.
I'm gonna search for eToro. I'm gonna shout out for someone, for the people who made eToro.
Okay, so sometimes you will see this pattern, but it does not automatically show a reversal right away. It sometimes go on a consolidate. It's consolidating.
Here's a shout out for eToro.
eToro.
Yeah. eToro.
eToro. Yeah.
Shout out for eToro for making eToro. I don't know why this name sound like the same.
Yeah. So sometimes it might stay there and create a support around that level before it goes up. Now, if you're interested in this stock and you feel that we're already at a cheap level, which I can say we are, because look what happened. Look at the weekly chart. Yeah. So hopefully, so this area 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, looking at the weeklies now. Let's create a support. Okay, so we're actually at the support level for IRC. So if you're interested in this stock, this is a good time where you can start considering this. Just use this level as your possible support. And if it does not go reverse right away, if it might consolidate around this area, at least you're already invested in the stock, or you already have a position. Then use your MA20 as your next possible resistance. And a resistance, once again, is an area where people feel that it's a little bit expensive and people might have already invested around the support area, so people are taking profit. That's why it might retrace. So use this as a resistance. If that line gets broken to the upside, that means you have a bull run. A bull run and a bullish move, they mean the same.
Yeah. And I have a question. Can you hack or cheat in the eToro app? For an example, it's impossible for you to trade, so you just cheat for it.
Cheat?
Yeah.
No one cheats here.
Wait, so eToro make something for no cheating or hacking?
No cheating or hacking, because this is real money that we're talking about here. So we just study how the price moves, and then if our tools will say that it's now okay to buy, then that's the time to buy. Now look at this. Same with FLI, although we have a heavy bearish move for the day. Now normally if that happens, I don't know how many percent was this. Okay, 4.7. Yeah, just a normal range. But look at this. What?
Why does it smell like that someone farted here?
Maybe you farted.
No, I didn't.
It's just the two of us here.
That means a cat farted here.
There's no cat here.
Maybe an outsider cat.
No.
Wait.
Okay, so
is there something
another good sign, because we see a bullish divergence for FLI.
I'm gonna eat gum. Maybe.
Let's draw support so that you have key areas to watch out for. Okay, so just watch out for the price action around this level. Okay, what about your weekly chart? It has triggered the lower Bollinger Band. So, yep, observe how the market moves, how the price moves in that area.
Oh, there's a
Okay.
column.
Next is, hold on, let me check my trade. Okay, I just entered in these stocks. And by the way, I have a very strict stop loss levels. I always trade at $100 per transaction. You might ruin your teeth.
I know, but how can you open that?
I always trade, it's SOP, $100 per trade, and stop loss is always $5. If my analysis proves me wrong, then I get kicked out. At least I can still sleep well, even if I lose $5. The next, let's continue. Oh, the name of her son is Terence.
Huh?
The name of her son is Terence.
Terence?
Yeah, you greet Terence happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Terence.
What's your wish for him?
I wish that you'll have a good birthday, even though I'm actually far away.
Yeah, well, we haven't met him yet. It's fine, but have a great evening and have a great birthday. We'll see. Maybe we'll ask her mom, his mom, Tessa.
How old is Terence?
Okay. And how old are you?
8 years old.
Yep. FGen from Turkey. Aaron is asking for FGen. Okay, let me see if that is the next stock we're going to review. FLI. We're now in FLI. Yes. Next is CHP, CPG, SSI, and FGen. Now let's go to CHP.
I have to tell you something, Mommy.
Mm-hmm.
So I was playing Roblox, and I found a Roblox bully in Aduna's admin house. She was bullying me, and the end of her name is called Nightmare.
Yeah, don't entertain the bullies.
Yeah, I tried to roast her.
Okay, for CHP, looks like we might have some promising moves in the coming days. So this used to be a resistance. It got broken and we had an upward movement. So this would potentially give us a support in this level. Okay, so if you want to enter in this stock, let's wait and see if the market gives us a chance around the 2.93 area. Now, if that line gets broken, then execute your stop loss rule. So you have to define your stop loss before you even enter in a trade. Put in your journal, what is your stop loss level? Okay, and then once the price goes lower than that or it gets hit, have to make sure that you execute that. Otherwise, we might not, we really cannot tell. The price might go really, really deep, and it might take a long time before you can even recover your break-even point. So you have just lost a lot of time there. Now I'm saying that, and I'm addressing that to the traders, because traders would like to have small profit multiple times at a short period of time. But if you are in CHP as an investor, then you can apply the cost averaging rule, wherein when you see a price goes down, you add some more volume or you buy some more so that your cost average will go down. So you have to, sometimes I mentioned some advices here. You have to also take note of your profile, some of my statements. So just to be clear, whenever I say some statements, I have to say this is for the trader or this is for the investor, so that we don't have a misunderstanding in the interpretation. Okay. CHP, CPG. Okay, looks like for CPG, we have a possible resistance around the MA20 line, around this line. Okay, so let's wait and check if the price starts above that area on Monday, then you might see a bullish move. But if most actions happen on, below the 0.58 level, that means we're not done with the bearish movement for this stock, because this might just be a retracement and might continue to go down even further. The next is SSI. Okay, we might have a possible bounce for SSI. Okay, 1, 2, 3. This used to be a resistance. Look at that. And a previous resistance by the as per definition, when this gets broken, your resistance will eventually become your support. So we might have reached a possible support for this stock at 2.70 area. So, and another thing is that this is considered to be an engulfing candle because it is higher and taller than the previous day's candlestick. So, possible reversal for SSI. Okay, if you have the chance, if the market gives you a chance to enter around the 2.70 area at the support area, then all good. Okay. Next is FGen. Yes, FGen. FGen is, so this could be a possible resistance for FGen. There we go. Oh, my mouse is not cooperating.
Can I talk to your mouse?
Why would you talk to my mouse?
To tell the mouse, can you please stop controlling yourself? And because my mom is trying to use you, mouse.
Okay. Yep.
Just
possible resistance around that area, or even a little lower than that.
I was just kidding. Please do not remember that, because that was only a joke.
Anyway, let's just put it here.
Okay.
27.
Wait, what? Wait, what is that for?
Possible resistance around that area, and a resistance is an area where people would like to sell their shares so that they can now have money and profit.
Well, congratulations to first the Gen Corporation, maybe?
Yeah, FGen. First Gen Corporation.
Okay.
But be extra careful, guys. Don't enter yet if this line, the 27 area, is not broken. Now, if that line is broken, then you have a breakout play.
Oh, no.
Yep, a breakout.
Wait, what does the breakout play mean?
That means it's like the ceiling, right?
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people wanting to buy a stock. They break the ceiling and it goes way up there.
Hola! It's a volcano.
Something like that. It erupts and it breaks out of that ceiling, and now you have a new trend.
Like a volcano? For an example, there's lava and it wants to gush out because you're making too many noises.
Yep.
It now became hot lava. It became hot fudge.
Yep, that could be your range. If you want to do range trading first, let's say this one, it hits this and it goes down. This is where you should buy. And then it goes up here. This is where you should sell. But if that line gets broken, then you have a breakout play. And then this now becomes your support eventually. So it will go up and then it will go back on that same spot, making a new support this time. Your previous resistance will now be your new support when this line gets broken, because it will create a brand new wave, something like that. Goes here and then boom. something to that effect. Yeah, next is pcor.
So cool.
We're on a red, but it's just cents. Okay, pcor. pcor has retraced. So let's just observe first. The goal is for this price to not be broken. Okay, that should not break this area. Otherwise, we can say that the bearish moves are not over yet. Hopefully, it creates a support around this area before it goes something like this. Okay, so it creates that. Sometimes it moves, it consolidates first before it goes up. But if price goes lower, and then of course cut your losses. Next is MPI. MPI, same situation with the previous one. Let's see if, okay, let me draw. Okay, let's see this. I want to find out where we can potentially bounce for MPI. So this one, lowest point from body to body. Okay, so these are the key areas to watch out for. See, we plotted it right. So previous resistance could be a support. So 4.86 area, I plotted it at 4.87. But at least we can say that our findings are close to what we have plotted here. So the 4.95, 4.86, 4.78 are your, actually up to here. 4.71 could be a possible area of bounce. If it goes lower than the 0.618 level, then you have a bearish move. So take note of that areas, key areas to watch out for. The next one is, now we have MPI, secb. Okay, so Aaron, that was for you. FGen, we talked about it. CHP, we already talked about it. Junvik and Junie, yes, we also talked about kppi. And by the way, guys, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Miss JD. All our live streaming, all our live streams are also recorded here. And what's good about watching your videos in YouTube is, how our streams are, they're all very long. You can just adjust the playback speed and increase the speed so you can finish the video and learn from our insights. And when is the best time to do this? So let us say you watch a video tonight, and then the market, opens as usual, does his thing, and then when the market closes, you can go back to the video and then cross-reference the findings. So if our analysis is correct, comparing it with the actual ending price after the market closes, then use that. Apply it to your trades. You can even use virtual trades first before you can apply it to your real trades. So that's the beauty of having several portals for our recordings. And of course, please don't forget to share and subscribe to our YouTube.
Wait, are you gonna end the live stream?
Oh, it's already 10:49.
Wait, sorry, you're gonna end it?
Yep, in 10 minutes I'm ending it. So where are we now? We are in SecB. SecB, we have a possible bounce for SecB. If you want to get in the stock, get in near the 187 area or near the MA20 line. And next is C. C, wow. C is starting to trigger, okay. But this is a, sometimes when you have a really dramatic move in the price, normally, you know, it rests right away. But hopefully this now, because it's starting to trigger the MA20 line. So if the price starts above that, then we have a confirmed uptrend. Otherwise, it might retrace for a while and stabilize around, around this level.
It's actually really sad. So in Roblox, I was joining my...
Yeah, we'll talk about Roblox after this. Okay. Yeah, it might retrace for a while and create a support. So two things can happen here. Price must start above the MA29 for us to say it's an upward trend, or we might see the stock stabilize and create a brand new support for this stock. Okay, so two conditions. Key areas to watch out for around this level and around this level for a possible, of course. So your condition is price must start above 715, or if it gives us a retracement, it should be around 6.75. If that level is broken, then the downtrend is not over yet. BDO, did we talk about BDO earlier?
We didn't talk about BDO yet.
Okay. BDO. Okay, so I'll draw a triangle here for BDO. I think this is what we call an asymmetrical triangle.
What's a symmetrical triangle?
Well, we'll have them research that on the net first.
With our viewers?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you
because time is running and we want to review their stocks. So the price might first move within this range. Okay. Now, if we have a price breaking out to the downside, or what we call it, there's a breakdown in the price, that means we'll have a continuous downward trend. But if the stock starts above this green line, then we might have a bullish move for this stock. So here, it has to start over here. And there you go. Okay, so create that triangle. Those are your key areas to watch out for. Price ends below that, or price ends above that. That will influence whether you can now enter in the stock or not. Okay. Next is SLI. SLI, we potentially have a retracement here. So this thing, if it happens below, so this could act as a hammer. But if this appears up here, then that will act as a hanging man. So looks like we might have a retracement for this stock. Let's see this. Because this area was hit multiple times. Okay. So we might have a bounce. See that? So it ended right, sitting slightly higher than 2.37. So hopefully we have a bounce. But if this price gets broken, your next area to watch out for is 2.31. And that should be the last. If it goes further down, that would mean we have a downward move. But I have a feeling this stock might just, maybe it is just resting, and it might give us a more more bullish moves in the coming days for SLI. I need my charger. The next is
my mom just shoveling snow, even though it's ice.
the next is, let me see. Hold on, I'll just charge my laptop. The next for our stock to review is APX. Okay, APX has challenged our MA20 line, so it ended below that line. So I'm not very confident in recommending this because we might see some more downward moves for this stock. Your next possible area of support will be here. So first, observe what happens with the price around this key area, because this was hit multiple times, landing almost on the same area. So I am now creating a support at that area. Okay, so if we want to get in this stock, wait till you reach 1.19 area. If you have a confirmed bounce, or if you see a candlestick forming, or if you see a support being formed around that area, then go ahead and enter before it moves up again. MRSGI. MRSGI, also not a good story. It has triggered the lower Bollinger Band, so we might see some downward moves in the coming days for MRSGI. Okay, so if you are looking into averaging down, wait for, let's wait for some more days before we can see a much clearer analysis. But actually, I can already say that most likely it'll be happening anytime soon. So this area, right? Price was hit 1, 2, 3, 4, and your RSI is moving upward over here. So it might consolidate, okay? Might create some more support in this level before it goes up again. So that's what I can see as of today. PHEN, we talked about it. SEB.
Mommy, can I be your assistant?
What will you do?
Just listen.
Yeah, I'll quiz you on this.
Later.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you know now when a candle will be green or red?
Yeah.
Can you tell me?
Okay.
Later. So we have a resistance in the level where it is at right now. So the condition again is if we have a price starting above this level on Monday, then we might see a possible breakout play for this. And when you have a breakout play, it will create a new wave. So this is normally how it happens. So move up and creates another support before it goes. So normally it gives us a swing and then it stabilizes almost in the same spot before it goes up. That's how a breakout play happens normally. Okay. And let's see, we have some more messages. KPPI, Junie, salamat madam, God bless and more power. Happy one. Oh, we now have 100 subscribers.
Really?
Let's see.
Can I see it?
Let's see.
Oh my god.
I have 100. It's the 100 one.
Thank you everyone for liking the video. And I really appreciate everything what you just did. I'm gonna go to my dad and tell him that we just got 101 subscribers.
Yay!
Yes, I think we're gonna have our first play button.
No, it's gonna be a long time before we can get the play button.
So it has to be 1,000.
It has to be 100,000.
Really?
Yeah, but you know, we'll just do this every time so that we have more.
1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, we will grow our subscribers. But in the meantime, guys,
And after we get that play button, we're gonna do another video for thanking everyone to like our videos. So let's hit 101 subscribers.
Yep.
So that way you can have a shout out.
Yep.
And should we sell our merchandise?
No merchandise yet.
Why?
So you found new friends tonight. Who are your new friends tonight? Oh, say goodnight to Marco.
Good night, Marco.
Alright.
Have a. If it's morning in Filipino, oh, good morning, everyone. Or if it's nighttime, well, good night, everyone.
Yeah, good night, everyone. Have a great evening. Happy Friday, and enjoy your weekend and stay safe always.
Yep, and God bless you all.
Yep. More money, more fun. Okay.
I have a joke.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye for now.
Bye, everyone.